As we move through life, most of us learn that different situations call for different ways of showing up. At work, we may become focused and capable. Around family, we may become the dependable one, the person who remembers what needs to be done and helps keep things moving. With friends, we may be easygoing or humorous. In unfamiliar situations, we may find ourselves quiet and more observant. These versions of ourselves are not necessarily false. They are often genuine parts of who we are. But they can also function like masks, ways of presenting ourselves that bring certain qualities forward while leaving others in the background. A mask may help us enter a room, perform a role, protect a relationship, or respond to what a situation seems to require. It can help us belong, create structure, and understand what is expected. In that way, masks are not automatically problems. They may be intelligent and creative responses to life. Carl Jung used the word persona to describe the social face a person presents in the world. The word originally referred to a theatrical mask, something worn so that an actor could take on a recognizable role. The persona helps us participate in shared life. A teacher, manager, parent, or friend, or partner may each bring forward a somewhat different side of themselves. Roles help people communicate, coordinate, and understand one another. A Gestalt perspective offers another useful way of looking at this. It describes many familiar patterns as creative adjustments, ways of responding to the environment using the awareness and possibilities available at the time. Perhaps being agreeable helped preserve closeness. Becoming highly responsible may have brought recognition or stability. Staying composed may have kept an important situation manageable. Humor may have created connection, while quietness allowed time to observe. These patterns may have served a meaningful purpose. They may still serve a purpose today. The question is not whether a mask is good or bad. A more useful question is whether there is awareness and choice. A mask can be helpful when it can be put on and taken off. It becomes more limiting when it feels like the only acceptable way to be. A capable person may begin to believe there is no room for uncertainty. The dependable person may find it difficult to receive help. The easygoing person may lose control with personal preferences or limits. The person who keeps everyone entertained may wonder what happens when there's nothing funny to say. Over time, a familiar role can begin to feel less like something we do and more like something and everything we are. This is where the idea of the shadow becomes important. Jung used the word shadow to describe qualities that fall outside the identity a person has learned to recognize and maintain. The shadow is sometimes described only in negative terms, such as anger, envy, or resentment. Those qualities can be part of it, but the shadow may also hold capacities that are lively, valuable, and deeply human. It may contain confidence that once seemed too bold, creativity that did not fit a practical role, playfulness that felt out of place, tenderness that seemed too exposed, assertiveness that might have disrupted an expectation. Even rest can move into the shadow when someone becomes strongly identified with being productive. What is kept in the background does not simply vanish. It may continue to appear indirectly. A person who rarely disagrees may become especially critical of people who speak forcefully. Someone strongly identified with responsibility may feel irritated by people who seem spontaneous. Someone who is usually composed may feel drawn to people who express themselves openly. At times, what catches our attention in other people may point towards a quality that has not found much room in ourselves. This does not mean every strong reaction contains a hidden truth. Human relationships are more complex than that. But a reaction can sometimes become an invitation to pause and become curious. What is being stirred here? Is there a quality in the other person that feels unfamiliar, uncomfortable, appealing, strangely compelling? Is there something being protected? Is there a part of the self waiting for another form of expression? Becoming aware of a mask does not require tearing it off. There is no need to reject competence, responsibility, calmness, humor, independence, or any other familiar role. The aim is not to expose everything to everyone. Privacy can be healthy. Roles can be useful. Different settings deserve different levels of openness. Awareness is not the same as complete disclosure. The opportunity is to notice when a way of being is chosen and when it seems to take over automatically. There may be moments when the capable mask is exactly what a situation calls for. There may also be moments when it is possible to say, I'm not certain, or I could use another perspective. The dependable role may remain meaningful while making room to occasionally receive support. The easygoing part may still be present while preferences become clearer. The quieter observer may continue listening carefully while also allowing an important thought to be heard. Small moments like these can widen the range of who we are able to be. Perhaps this is the deeper invitation within the idea of masks and shadows. It is not necessarily about discovering one perfect hidden true self underneath every social role. Human beings are shaped through relationships, circumstances, communities, choices, and changing stages of life. The self may be less like a single object waiting to be uncovered and more like an ongoing process, something experienced and expressed differently across time and situation. The mask is part of that process. So is the shadow. So is the growing awareness of both. A useful reflection may be to consider which qualities are most familiar in public and which receive more room in private. Which roles feel flexible and which feel difficult to step outside? What does a familiar mask make possible? What does it protect? And what might become available if another part of the self were given a little more room? There may be no need for a dramatic answer. Sometimes awareness brings the simple notice forward. Noticing an automatic smile. Noticing the quick yes. Noticing the urge to stay composed, remain useful, make a joke, disappear into the background, or take charge. And then pausing long enough to ask, is this what the moment needs? Is this what I choose? Or is this another way I might meet this moment? The masks we wear are part of how we have learned to live with others. They can carry intelligence, history, dignity, and care, but they do not have to contain the whole of us. As awareness grows, there may be more freedom to use a mask without disappearing inside it, and more room for qualities once left in the shadows to become part of a fuller, more flexible way of being.